cannot handle real work, reality talk, 80+ language, simply skip the video.
Before I'm going to train over here, I saw one Instagram post. Guy has a lot of followers. He's some kind of fitness guy on testosterone. With all the respect to him, but he had one suggestion, or he put up on some kind of mindset hack. Just a sec, I have to clean the screen. The thing, but he said, make a list of all the people that hate you, or that you hate. And with the intention, the goal is then when you feel a little bit down or whatever. So your motivation would be to prove other people wrong. To prove other people wrong is his main, this whole list, you know, of, if you got a list, by the way. I do have a list, but not of people that I hate. You know, to be very honest, I don't hate anybody. I don't hate a race. I don't hate specific people. Do I disagree with people? Yes. But do I hate them? And would they actually become a source of my motivation? Well, I think that is very bad. If your quote-unquote success should be based on negativity, I don't know. If you constantly have to be reminded of bad characteristics or the bad they did to you, and let me also say this, a lot of people did me negative things, but you know why? I allowed it. I allowed it with my current at that time, my current state of mind, my experience, and my setting boundaries thing. So I don't see this. Maybe you see it different, but you make a whole list, and that should motivate you when you feel a little bit down. I would do it another way. I would make, if you got a list of people that you genuinely love, write those down. And you know, when you feel a little bit down, you should think, I cannot disappoint them because I'm not a failure. And that's a whole different kind of mindset. Why would you think about all the people that quote-unquote hate you? And let me also tell you this, people might have a little bit outspoken words about you. People might done you wrong. And second, again, about people that done you wrong, you caused, you know, you allowed it. And this, we talk about grown-up things, right? I mentioned this before, about a reaction on people who say, yeah, everything on the outer world is in the inside world. Well, trust me, if you did a little bit, let's say, time before you were 10 years old, and you had to fight at night to keep your pillow on the bed, or people were throwing bananas in the middle of the night, so you had to fight at night. But anyway, if you haven't been there, you cannot say those things. So that's another thing. But anyway, let's get to the point, Dollar. Don't like always go will. Focus on the people you love. Focus on the people that in the sky. In my case, pretty much everybody's dead and gone. So the thing is, it's even, let's say it like this, in my case it's even worse, because I don't believe that people are in heaven or hell. I do believe it's energy. And not only this, I always think about what they did for me. So for example, my real parents, my biological parents, my father put his dick in, my mother made me. Thank you very much, God bless. Next one, my adoption parents, they gave me a roof, they gave me food in my mouth, and they gave me a lot of life lessons that I'm now spitting out into the world and actually living a life of freedom, because my life was pretty extreme. Extreme freedom now, you understand. Everything has opposites. I do believe that everything in life has opposites. Everything has the levels of opposite. The level of discipline equals this and this. Everything equals something. You think you're doing good, there are other people doing better, look at them and let's see. And then level yourself up, and you will see something in your life will also go up and also down. You know, for example, if you get out of the 9-to-5 thing, now trust me, what is going down? The people who are around you. Trust me. Not that I have been in that position, but I have been in a position that I leveled up fast, very fast. And the thing is, people drop. Not only because they don't show the interest and or have the same level of something, but also me. People also need to keep my interest, you know, that I'm interested to meet them. I don't want to constantly listen to the same bullshit, you know, be creative. But that's not what this specific clip is about. This clip, let's finalize it, is about the fact that a guy with millions of followers tells people make a list of your haters. So people gonna make a list, spend time on making a list of people that they hate or they think that people hated, that they get hated by, you know. That's probably an hour of thinking about very negative things. I don't believe that's a good thing. You get 24 hours in a day. Now, yeah, I sleep 5 to 6 hours, mostly 5. Let's say the average person needs 7 or 8. You get 16 hours left. One of those 16 hours you're gonna spend on writing down everybody who hates you, or that you hate. That's even worse. That's, by the way, even worse. There's nothing good coming from hating. I don't even know what I hate. Yeah, I know actually what I do, quote unquote. Not really hate, but I disapprove it heavily, and I also wouldn't mind to get physical about it. People who hit women, hit children, hit animals, and I hit all those men in the past severely, because that's something that I totally don't agree with, and I'm ready to go to jail for it. But anyway, that is my thing. Is it extreme? Bah, so be it. But that's the thing about my vlogs. If you haven't watched the previous ones, subscribe, hit the notification bell. See, I am a man of opposites, and my level of freedom is so extreme. You know, I do everything from the phone. I want to share this, and you know what? I give everything away for free. I'm not gonna put a course on, oh, $97. Now you can have a little bit of Google Sheet and bullshit fillers. No, you can listen to my vlogs. You can get in my Telegram group. I will give away for free. I need to start working on the Telegram group because I'm now busy with automating the first 100 messages over there in Telegram. So that is all in the things. When it's about my vlogging thing, yeah, in the first clip I said I'm gonna give away this camera, the GoPro Session 4. It's not the most advanced one, but I'm gonna give it away. Somebody can start doing with it what I'm doing now. So what am I doing, and why would I give it away? Simply to help out the next person. I bought this specific GoPro Session 4 from a pawn shop. I saw it, I thought this is it. Now, God bless. The thing is, now, because I'm now at day number 68, I think today it's 68, so I got a whole track record that I'm not gonna give this up. Next to that, I'm uploading the shorts, the TikTok videos. Plus, we're gonna launch, and I already had to do it last week, but I'm incredibly busy. The Instagram reels will be uploaded, around 15 per account. So, you know, everywhere you can see my ugly face, speaking all kind of stuff. The thing is, now I want to make upfront deals with camera companies, and the exact copy that I'm using for this, for outreaching, I will share it with people who are interested, but you have to DM me about it, because like this I start upfront before I'm getting famous. I'm gonna say it up loud. I'm gonna reach over 1 million views with my stuff. I'm gonna say it up loud. Now, I feel it, and you know what? It's the same when I tell people I think I'm gonna be 100 years old. I'm now 46. You know what? Some people laugh a little bit, but okay, good enough for you. Good enough for you. You laugh for 1 second, and the thing is, if I would fail in this one, in the YouTube thing, or I fail to become 100 years old, if I'm 100 years, if I reach, I don't know what, if I don't reach it, so be it. Nobody cares. And it's the same thing about, and that's one more time about people that you have to write down a list. Everybody who hates you. Tick, 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 tick. I don't know how many people do you actually know that you hate, or that hate you, that you know about. I don't believe that haters, really, the real haters, they don't speak about it. They prefer to do actions. So there's levels to the game of hating. That's another thing. A lot of details that many people just forget about it, or they simply don't put the thought in it. And the same of the hating thing. You're gonna spend an hour. No, for example, you got this list in your phone of people that hate you. And then when you feel miserable because you don't feel motivated and all that kind of stuff, you look at a list full with negative people. I prefer to look at people who are motivated me, and like I said, the people who put me on this planet and raised me and fed me and put a roof above my head. Those are the people that I cannot disappoint. I cannot disappoint them. That's why I'm doing 7 days a week, over 18 hours a day, non-stop. And when I also drink beer, I drink beer every day. I'm still talking with people non-stop. I'm not sitting on the couch watching football, tick, 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 you know, for I don't know what, 100 minutes, including the fucking commercials, getting brainwashed by all kind of diseases. Feel headache, you feel a little bit the flu, all that kind of stuff. And while you're drinking beer, eating Cheetos and all kind of stuff you shouldn't eat. No, I don't do those things. When I drink beer, I still going every single day, and every day I get more and more hyped up, because I'm also looking at the statistics of my vlogging journey, which is pretty exciting. And that is still, I have the Instagram accounts on the side. I also, when it's about the Instagram thing, I'm taking from each account for the TikTok and the YouTube shorts, the most watched videos, and those are the ones they going to on my main Instagram account. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm posting every day also stories, random things. So, and there's another thing about my vlogging thing, it has no negative side effects. You know, I have to focus more on my speaking, I have to focus on my body, how it looks like on camera. I'm focusing when I do the training videos. Sometimes I look a little bit chubby because I simply drink beer. But not only this, I eat meat, and sometimes I just go a little bit overboard. But the thing is, everything what you see is natural, and my voice is my main tool that I really want to optimize, because I am addicted. I'm addicted to communicating with people, and I want to optimize every interaction more and more and more and more. I'm doing this for years and years, and I'm obsessed with it. I'm also, you know, living in an Airbnb. I'm constantly meeting people every time. Okay, people also returning, but the thing is, and also this is also what I said yesterday, you know, when I would buy a home, then I also want to have extra rooms, not only to make maybe a family or something, but Airbnb. And then, yeah, other people might say, you know, what if you get children? What if? That is not relevant. This is what I want: meeting the people. Maybe I will have a little garden home. Thought about it? Maybe I got a big garden. Put a tent over there. People who need a little bit a temporarily home. People who need a thing on a budget, but still can live in a quality surrounding. That's what I want to offer. I'm over here to serve on this planet, nothing more, nothing less, every single day. Every person that I interact with gets some sort of value. Some people need some motivation, some people need a red pepper in their ass. That is actually similar to motivation, but some people really need a red pepper in the ass. Otherwise they start drowning in their own thoughts. Some people need a little bit advice about how to keep their body in shape. Some people want to listen to some food advice. Now, yeah, I'm not a nutritionist, you know. I'm just saying what I eat. But that is meat, salads. What I don't eat when I'm now really talking like this, what I don't eat a lot is rice, potatoes, bread. Maybe I eat 2 breads in a whole fucking month. Just sharing. I don't say it's a perfect diet, no, not at all. But I'm just sharing what I do. And if you think that my body looks reasonable for a 7-year-old, for a 46-year-old fucking fat, go ahead, try it. Meat. And I also, by the way, I also don't do breakfast. The thing is, it's not about that I'm in this starvation thing. I simply don't eat when I'm not hungry. And when I'm sometimes I'm hungry in the morning, and then when it's about hungry, it's a level of hungry like this, you know, that I'm almost passing out. It's not, I'm feeling a little bit that I could use some food, but I'm not totally burned out. You know, I totally burn everything out of my body until it eats also a little bit, let's say, the bad cells in my body, that my body says, oh, it is a little bit hungry. But I also have sometimes days that I eat a lot just to pull it up. And this is the thing, I don't think anymore in 24 hours, you know. So every 24 hours I need to eat 3 times a day, beep beep. No, I eat whenever I want. And also whenever I can. You know, I went 3 times homeless, so there were times that I didn't eat for 4 days. No problem, still doing my runs, still doing my calisthenics. You know, simply keep on doing it. There is really nobody who gives a shit. And this is what I'm gonna repeat over and over every single vlog. Nobody gives a really rat's ass if you do it today or tomorrow or next year. You're gonna be older, they're gonna be older, and they don't give a shit about you. But I do really care about other people. I had a couple of days ago, and if you're watching this and it is a C, we made a little bit of an agreement. If she wouldn't go the next day to the gym, she would buy me a beer. Well, but it's not about the beer, you understand that. I can buy my own beer. But the thing is, when people make an appointment or an agreement with me, no matter if it influenced my life, it's in my head. That's in my head, people. A word is a word spoken, but also a word spoken with emotions. Speak from the fucking heart. Do it or fucking don't do it. And the thing is, that was constantly in my head. And I think if she's gonna send me a message that she didn't do it, I would feel disappointed. And I would also have said it. Now she also knows I would said it, but it's probably not her main motivation. But the thing is, you know, I do care. So I prefer also when people, when you look them in the eyes, they say something. There was one guy, he asked a little bit about, yeah, what if we do a little bit boxing in May? You know, I said, please don't put things in my head, because I stick to it, and normal people always come up with something. Oh, my children. Oh, my wife. Oh, my parents. Oh, I'm a little bit sick. Oh, I have this and this. Fuck off. Just keep your word. And the worst thing, and I think you can better make one list of the people that love you. You. Right? Me. And if you first make yourself happy, and oh yeah, not happy, fuck about happiness, make yourself proud every single day. Put a good amount of good habits. You know, I got the calisthenics, I do my runs, constantly also, no, not today, I did not run. But the thing is, do the good things, you know. You can give a compliment for free in the supermarket. You know, when I come in the supermarkets, people laugh. I mean, people laugh. It's just one simple example. You know, everybody's pretty much happy to see me. I actually don't have a real list of haters. You know, again, about this guy. And this is a guy with millions of followers. You know, and probably a lot of young idiots. No, they're gonna write down. Oh yeah, that's also maybe something. Eh? Maybe he also knows most young people that wouldn't even take action because it sounds like effort. Effort? What is effort? What's effort? Now the thing is, I need instant gratification, right? That's the mindset these days. I failed for 20 minutes and now I don't continue anymore. That kind of mindset. Probably he thinks like this. And that's another thing. Probably, and I'm not assuming that he does, probably he really wants to motivate people because otherwise he's not in the position that he is. But, you know, don't make this list of negativity. Everything what's bad about the world. The mood, you know, what I see. Look, yeah, okay, some people say, yeah, though, that looks very green over there. There's nothing to complain about. Well, it's true. And that's true. There you go. There you go. You almost were capable of making a generous compliment. Almost. But you didn't say it because I cannot hear you. But maybe in your mind you said, yeah, that looks very green over there. Or maybe you hate green and you prefer concrete. Well, you concrete lovers, I also love concrete. A lot of it. I like steel, I like concrete, I like rubber and not the condoms. you know, from the rubber. No, you understand, rubber tires to do the tire flipping, rubber of anything that's rubber. So, oh yeah, this is also rubber or any kind of thing. Next to that, what was I? Don't make this list of negative people. Focus on the good, only on the good, and you will see there's more good on this planet than bad. And maybe it's even balanced. I didn't count, or I don't know even the statistics on good or bad. And I think that's also a very, very, very thing of perception, right? It's not in the, you cannot put it in numbers. And yeah, that's the way it is. Anyway, don't focus on the negative. I'm going to train because I need to unload a lot of energy. And yeah, that's it. Ciao for now. Going to train. I'm training now for the second time today. This is Vardar Metro Stancia. Why? Because I explained this, I'm now, you know, lay down the fundamentals that everything can be automated, let's say more than 90%. And I'm now in the upscaling phase. What does that mean? That I pretty much automate more processes, and not only this, I'm gonna activate old assets that I started building 10 years ago. Digital assets like Facebook pages, Facebook groups, over 100 Facebook pages, 40 plus Facebook groups. I think over 50 Instagram accounts. All those things, we're gonna blow them up, or I will blow them up in a very nice way. And why I'm doing this? Well, I'm now 46, and at 41 I also lost again pretty much everything. I sacrificed 3 years of my life for somebody, because it also, if I want to do bad, you know, I said this before, if I really want to do bad, you know, hate and let's say retaliation, but I chose for another way. And now I'm back again on the horse. I'm not as wealthy as before, not yet, but I live the freedom that the strategies that I built now, that it gives. If you watch my vlogs every single day, this is really what I'm doing every day. But what I'm doing more behind the scenes is simply editing and building the strategies, and I use mainly make.com for automation, just to let you know. But the thing is, it provides so much freedom. Is everything real? Yes, everything is real. But the only requirement for my kind of freedom is communication. That you genuinely love to communicate with other people. If not, an introvert or whatever, then it's not for you. Yeah, you can build those faceless YouTube channels, but you know what? The amount of people that do this successfully are very small. But also, in general, it's a temporary thing, right? The thing is, what I put to the table, the strategies are uncapped, which means you can build it out, expand it, cross-market the whole freaking setups, and you don't build stock. You take, and like in my case, I got how do you say this? Commission from sales that are running now in multiple countries, and it's not you go on ClickBank and you find some kind of freaking offer that everybody tries to, you know, advertise as much as possible. No, we don't need actually to do the paid thing. Of course, I will go into the paid thing, but first now the upscaling thing is in place, or at least it's in process. And what has it to do with double training? Well, I'm telling you this, and this is something that you should be very aware of when change is coming, growth, or declining your lifestyle. Because if you go broke, homeless, I did this 3 times, so I can talk about it, how it feels, and not how it feels. I can also tell you how to survive, but that's a different story. The thing is, when life gets out of balance, and that's a true thing, you have to be very careful especially, and I put a lot of focus on the high level people, the energy level people, you know, they grab other kind of things, perhaps like drinking, old habits, vices. You know, you can say, no, I'm not one of those people, but yeah, okay, good for you. The thing is, there are a lot of people who are, when they're restrained, going to the bed, to drink a little bit more, going to celebrate, you need to celebrate, you know. So both up and down comes with vices. I'm very aware of myself that I'm capable of similar behavior, and this is always, and that does your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind actually wants to keep you in your old, you know, your old where you are now, and that's why I'm constantly also observing myself. If I have a little bit more thirst for beer or whatever, not drugs anymore. I don't do drugs for a long time anymore. So in case people think, yeah, now he's gonna hang his nose full with stuff again and swallow a lot of pills. No, I'm not into that anymore. And the quality went already 5 years through the drain. That is not even worth it to waste your health upon. You know, I always put things in balance. And also, let's say it like this, and then I keep it short about the whole drugs thing. I was very picky, very picky. It should be good or I don't do it. You know, you don't put garbage. You know, things need to be on a much more higher level. But anyway, that's a different story. The thing is, every time when there's change, people observe yourself. What is your body doing? What are returning habits, right? When I'm, for example, extremely excited and I cannot get rid of my energy with the calisthenics, I drink a little bit more. That is simply. I'm not an alcoholic. I just drink every day, steady, 3-4 liters beer. Some people say, yeah, that's a lot, Alan. Hey, we're in Bulgaria. And not only that, the beer is good over here. And as you probably can see, I work you cannot see everything. But my day starts at 5:15 and my day ends around 11, 12. And yeah, you can mention one other guy that at 46 or 46 who has the same habits that I'm showing you and telling you about on these vlogs. And also, when it's about the training, I'm not claiming anything to be a fitness guy or, you know, when it's about those fitness guys, we all know the majority always uses something. I don't use anything. I only drink beer, eat meat, eat salads, and siren, the Bulgarian white cheese, if you're not familiar with what siren is. And tomatoes, yeah, I already said the salads, but that includes tomatoes, onions, a lot of other things. Anyway, and by the way, I replace the lettuce with spinach. Hey, if you're anyway eating like a rabbit, why don't you become a strong rabbit? Just saying, you know, with the same amount of effort that you put into, you eat something that has a little bit more nutritional value. It's good, right? So that's why I started with why I trained 2 times now per day already. It's not the time yet, because I said this in previous vlogs. When it's really hot constantly, I train every 12 hours, and yeah, that's what I do then, probably for 2-3 months, as long as the sun is, for me, it's like gasoline. I'm raised by white people, but my body is made in Indonesia, produced by those Indonesian guys that I never met. But the thing is, my body still reacts pretty good on sun. So yeah, so when there's change coming, I have to calm myself down. I'm very excited constantly, every single day. When I go to bed, I'm like, oh no. Then all kind of ideas still popping up. When I wake up, I straight away go on the phone, and I'm not listening to those gurus. They say don't till the end of the night look at your phone. Now, of course, mindless scrolling. No, I don't do mindless scrolling. Put in the work, put in the thoughts. What are you gonna do? Put on the schedule. You know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with your life? And about those scrollers, I'm telling you, watch my vlogs a little bit more, and also join my Telegram group. Over there, I will exactly tell you how to start building your digital assets that you control, instead of buying a coin, and hope and hope that it skyrockets. The only 3 coins that I bought in my life is Bitcoin at $375, Electronium at 0.0001, and I sold it for 15 cents, the Electronium, and the VeChain for 1 cent, and also that went away for 25 cents. Anyway, just to give you a little bit example, and the only reason that I was interested in those coins is because you can keep them off market, not on some kind of bullshit market exchange, and when they don't want you to sell it, they close the market. Happened with one coin. I checked it, it was actually booming, but yeah, it was a long time ago, and we're not getting into this. This digital assets, the ones that I'm talking about, you own it. Think about it, and you can build it up front. And normal people who buy a retail store, nothing against people who have retail stores, I also had a retail store. And the thing is, but it's a long time ago, the thing is, those people depend on the audiences. We build the audiences first, then we start selling. So you can imagine what I'm going to do with 100 Facebook pages and 40 plus Facebook groups. Selling. Upfront, cash, yeah, there's a whole strategy behind it. Next to that, it's going to be a big case study, also to show the world that it's possible with only a few hours per day working on your phone. I'm gonna give everything away, not asking for anything. When you start making, let's say, a few grand a month, you come back to me and say, hey Dylan, I want to do a little bit more. Can we work together? That's what I want. I want to work together with people who are up to speed. I don't want to work with people, you know, I need to kick constantly every day in the fucking face or in the fucking ass, throw a red pepper in. Can you finally do this? Can you do this? I had a few vlogs ago, you know, I talked about this guy, you know, this I'm not gonna say which country. He could earn money to shoot videos. The whole day he's constantly busy with shooting bullshit videos. 1 minute he would get paid per 1 minute. But yeah, then he had dry eyes. Then he had health issues. The thing that is all great, but the discipline is not over there. How many times per day you train? Yeah, but Alan, I work 14 hours. 14 hours, you're not even joining anything. 14 hours, good. But okay, then you have a few hours left. And yeah, but I also need to spend time with this and this to build my family. Yeah, good for you. But in the meantime, you have health issues, and you will leave your family anyways very soon, because you go earlier off the planet. What are your priorities? You have to take care of your vessel, and this vessel that God gave you, if you're religious. I'm mentioning God because people understand this better in general, especially when they're in panic. Oh, I'm panic. Oh God, please. No. Show a little bit gratitude for the things you get, but also take care of it, and don't bullshit around. God didn't put us on the planet to fuck around, in a figurative way. Anyway, I'm gonna calm down again a little bit over here. There's change coming, and when there's change coming, I'm aware of my own behavior, and I can feel it in a very good way, or it will go totally the other way again. But change is coming, and I feel it. I can breathe it. I'm one with the universe. No, I'm not. I wish I was. But I try to be as much in the moment as possible. And this is also something, people who say that they're one with the universe, and somehow some hippie talk, and you look at them, you know, a little bit slouching, a little bit, you know, and then you can see how they interact with the world around them. You're not in touch with fucking anything. Stop with the bullshit. Get in touch with reality. Serious. Look at people, how they act. And one of those things, when it's about young people who are a little bit, you know, a little bit, yeah, you know, a little bit, nah, maybe I have to, you know, talk slow, everything. One guy, I went with him to the butcher, and if you're watching this, you know there was one of the things that nobody else would make you aware of. We were standing next to the door of a butcher, and there was a woman with a baby, and and he was looking at her. The thing is, the woman already opened too fast herself. Otherwise, I would have done it. I was on this side, he was over there, close next to the door. Hello, where are you? You living really in your own, own little tiny circus with the tent built around around your face like this, and then you're really the biggest clown in your own circus. Everybody's their own clown, the biggest clown in their own circus. But make it sure that the tent is a little bit bigger. You have to entertain. You have to pull people in, make them feel good, show a little bit respect, and kick out the people out of your circus tent who disrespect, the people with sneering comments, talk behind your back, change events, lie, steal is, by the way, and then you can go much more extreme. We're not going into this. I think these are pretty relevant to people that they understand what I mean. I can go way much deeper, and I have to live a very, very colorful life. I got arrested for a lot of stuff that I didn't even know about, heard about. But anyway, that's when you're a high level energy person. I don't even know if I say it correct. High level energy, high energy level, high level energy. I don't know what, just figure it out. The thing is, then you get then you're really dealing with opposites, and especially when you get a little bit more in touch with reality, you speak from the heart. Ooh, people really don't like that, especially the weak ones, especially the ones that are, let's say in my case, from the old days. I grew up in a fucking village, with all the respect. That really slowed my whole process of, on top of everything, very down. Yeah, the level of honor and respect, with the people that I hang around with. I'm gonna make one example. This young, we were playing together. We play. You talk about maybe 11 years old or whatever. The thing is, and I remember words, I remember actions, I always remember everything. And then maybe when we were 25, he comes in my apartment, in my apartment, and he said, and then I got married last week. Now, yeah, see, that's a level of that I still don't understand. That is a level of respect that is below zero, and that were a lot of people around over there. I'm not talking about everybody, maybe 1 or 2% not, but the rest, very selfish, no respect for the world around them, only me. And in general in Holland, people like to put people in boxes. Me, if they would look at me, oh, that is a little bit shady, everything. You know what? How many... Let's talk a little bit about those testosterone guys with extremely white teeth. What is real about that? There's nothing, and I'm not talking bad about those people, but you understand what is real about that. And where you can put those people in, and still they get more accepted than people with a little bit real. The more realer your character gets, the more you get judged. And especially from your surroundings, because you will speak it. And let's compare speaking from the heart versus a body that's built on testosterone and extremely white teeth. What is gonna long last, or what keeps on growing non-stop? My speaking will increasing every single week, and I'm not bragging over here, but that is my main one of the main benefits, I think, from daily flogging. So that is real. I don't live in the pink ponytail world where I'm gonna catch angels with blue noses. I don't know what. Everything that's not real. Anyway, I'm really going a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't have to apologize for anything, because I do believe that there are people that resonate with me. And also, if people are not even busy with growth, they start to understand that I do say stuff that is pretty recognizable. See, and of course, you get the people who totally agree with this, and the people who totally don't agree with this. That's another thing. You cannot make everybody happy. But as long as you create a little bit of emotion, and not negative emotion, maybe awareness. I want to create awareness. And if people are ready to be open, to open their minds, to be more aware of the world around them. Then I get maybe to do one strategy and then replace 1 hour of your 3 hours per day scrolling. I'm using the 3 as a very soft approach because we all know most, let's call it like this, most idiots spend over 5 hours a day scrolling. Nah, if you do 5 hours, that is 35 hours per week. And then you get then you still tell people around you, now I'm gaining a little bit weight. I don't know where it's coming from. The 35 hours. Think about it. When I think about it, you know, it makes me somewhat also sad, huh? You know, especially people who walk around with very fluffy hair, don't take care of themselves, and then in the meantime scroll like a heroin junkie. Just junkies. It's even worse than cocaine. I never used heroin, by the way. But, you know, if you really think about it, I need to do it. I need to do it. I need to do it. I need to scroll. And at one point, hey, yeah, this is how you also can compare it with heroin. Again, I never used heroin, but the thing is, you start ignoring really the people that you love around you. People, well, couples, you know, in their beds. I had once also an ex. She was also start scrolling in the bed at one point. It's end of the road. It's fucking end of the road. If you prefer to scroll, then better roll over and roll out of the bed ASAP. Anyway, it's a whole different story. Still, I don't have bad blood with any of my exes. If I really think about it, I don't have bad blood with any of my exes. And also the people that I, for short term, you know, dating and all that kind of stuff, I'm always very transparent about everything. And when it's about all my chats, what I do on a daily basis, the moment that I'm, you know, in a committed relationship, I also don't do chats, 100%. The thing is, and when people say, yeah, but maybe you do it sneaky. You know what? I'm gonna tell you this: people who don't keep their word, they're lying to themselves. And the thing is, when I have to look at myself in the morning, at night, in the mirror, and I'm doing this behind, or don't keep my word, or just said things, everybody who saw me in real life, unless you did something to me like lying, allow sneering people around you, you know, allow, you know, if you're watching this, the thing is, then my loyalty is nothing. My loyalty is nothing to people who don't deserve loyalty. And the people who, maybe if you're watching this at one point, you know it's like this. And you know what? See, and this is the thing about me, the majority of people that are involved in multiple projects and also on multiple events, they always said, Dalan has the heart of a fucking lion. And you know what? Dalan, just Google it, means also king or lion. I actually figured it out. It's a Palestine, also also very famous in Palestine or the other country. I learned this from a guy in Malta. He said, you know how is it possible that your name is Dalan? Because his mother last name was Dalan, so that's why I know it. I learned something about me. My Indonesian mother gave me this name, Dalan, and my adoption mothers want me to keep my real name, and they gave me Baron. That's why dotcombaron. But my adoption father, he want to name me different, and I'm gonna say how the because yeah, for the English-speaking people that's funny. But my father want to name me Dick. Yeah, think about that. But the thing is, it's without a C. So my full name is Dalan Dick Baron. Yeah, it's out there. Anyway, when I become very YouTube famous, people will dig up everything. See, and that's also something. It took me a little bit a while to think about what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna talk about, and am I very in touch with reality? I think I'm in touch with reality more than enough. Let's say not as good as I want to be, but good enough that people cannot find in all the previous vlogs all kind of things that I said that I don't do anymore or never did, and you understand, people start digging. I'm always aware of this, and I also knew when I started with the daily vlogging, I will do this non-stop. Everything that I do in life is over the top. And of course there are people, I could actually do way more, because I also want to do live streaming and and then get you guys on board, motivate the people. Maybe I should, on a live stream, show how to set up an automation for a Facebook page, and yeah, people can say, yeah, I can automate it by looking at YouTube. Yes, you could, but how many people are actually doing this automated and actually willing to give you everything for free? Not many, because they want to make money from that, because they don't earn enough money from this. And some people should say, maybe, let's say it like this, because before I start contradicting myself, I always say monetize your retail store as much as you can, because like this you optimize your time. Because you're anyway, if you hadn't self-employed, then you're anyways on the job. Let's call it a job, because you bought yourself a job. Then better optimize your time. So then it's about making more money with less effort. But when you have to sell knowledge for a few dollars, $27, $97, and you make, and most people who put those screenshots, they made the last month 100 something, 100,000 this, 200,000 this, 400,000 this. The amount of people that duplicate those strategies is very, very minimum. And it's not only about to put in the work. Most of those strategies that are sold, especially on the Warrior Plus, you can see the dates, a lot of things are very temporary, and those people, they simply found at that time the algorithm was in their favor, but all the things that I'm doing are working over a year at least. Some work over 10 years. Like I said, I started building the audiences pretty manually on the side, and it still works. It still works like this, and there are multiple strategies like this available that can be done by a 12-year-old with an hour a day. The people who want to put in more work, yeah, you will get faster results. And that's another thing. The more work you put into it, the more return. And the thing is, with your normal job, the more effort or energy you put in it, you don't get more paid. You get a little bit more paid for your over hours, but that's it. And then you leave the job because you're sick, your boss is fed up with you, or you start banging your boss or whatever, you get fired. You don't have anything. Yeah, a little bit aftermath. I don't know how it works, right? Maybe you get a little bit payment, but then it's done. Then you have to beg for another job. And then it's also another thing. When you look for a job, a lot of those job people, they also say, yeah, but everything isn't about money. Well, what do job people do? They're negotiating how much they get paid. Oh, I want to get more paid. Where is this about? Money. I have to pay my mortgage. Where is this about? Money. So in our case, it's more or less, the focus is hyper focus. No, it's not more or less. It's hyper focus on providing the value. We provide value, and by increasing our personal value, we can actually serve more and more people. But also in my case, I am focused on now on upscaling, so I can reach more people, more. It's actually for me not about sales in the first place. When it's about these vlogs, because with these vlogs I build more trust, and then I can give away stuff for free. Along the way I will monetize things. I want to print nice t-shirts. We already planned some print-on-demand projects, and most of the time other people are executing the task and I simply take a percentage of it. And especially with new people, you know, when they set up an e-commerce store, I'm telling the ins and outs. I can show stores, you know, I can show stuff. But anyway, this is not a sales talk, but I'm telling you that along the way I will monetize when, you know, the value and the abundance of value that I'm giving away is so much that it's, for me, you know, it doesn't hurt me. And that's why I like to say, and also said this in previous vlogs, you know, knowledge, give it away for free. You know, strategies, give it away for free. But the working structures, you know, that will cost of you, that cost your time, and that's where I'm charging for. And working structures, it's very simple. That's where I get paid. And to set up, for example, for a small store, you know, the lead generation, lead nurturing, lead conversion, that's the working structure, you know, that's where I get paid. But my getting paid structures are in some cases very complex, so don't get into this. It's nothing shady, it's more or less totally above a lot of people that are understanding, and that's why I'm not telling you now. So while you also keep on watching my vlogs for the rest of your life, you can say, hey Dallin, I'm now so up to date, I tried this, doesn't work, can you help me out a little bit? I'm always willing to help out people, and especially when you tried it, and you have to show me that you actually tried it, and not that you tried for 1 hour or something. No, you put in the work for a couple of weeks, you failed a lot, and you show me the statistic, why is this and that not working, you know, and then I'm always willing to help, and I'm not charging anything for it, especially when people want to do good, because this is also something, when you want to do good and also put your effort into it, then you and me definitely should work together, because I'm obsessed with actually helping people, and along the way let's do things together. But I only want to work with people who are very, very, very optimistic about their delusional positive thinking. And a lot of people said also in the past to me, you know, it sounds pretty delusional. Well, at the moment I'm living that level of freedom, which is way above the usual laptop style, you know, nomad. I also do is, if people use the digital nomad thing, no, digital nomads are also still slaves. They're not only still slaves for their freelance work, no, they're also slaves to brands, because they want to sit with their Apple thing, they want to sit and well, what is this coffee thing where all those tick shit, and I'm saying those things just to polarize the things, but also make it a little bit more to polarize my audiences, left, right. I am on the right side, the one with that walks around with the phone and constantly is at work on the phone, and now talking, of course. But okay, in case people say now, no, I don't see you working now. No, I don't. I'm gonna train first now, and then move, and that's it. And the weather gets better and better and better and better every single day. Yay, yay. Oh shit, I think somebody also wants to meet now, actually. I need to train very quick. Fuck. No, not, yeah, a little bit. Okay. I get constantly also messages about weird stuff. I just received one message from a guy who treated me once very, very, very disrespectful, and now he actually sends me. See, I forgive everybody, but of course you don't have my loyalty anymore. But the thing is, sometimes I did still drink beer with him, but now he sends me, I need a favor. Okay, just send me, you know. And then I say, oh, because he has not my loyalty, not in any kind of way anymore. But the thing is, then he sends an angry face, you know, emoji. Instead of telling me what he wants, no, I need to ask him. So somebody wants a favor. Think about this whole structure, right? I understand people are maybe a little bit too shy or too embarrassed or whatever. But anyway, don't start with I need a favor. and then I have to ask for the fucking answer. Well, what is the favor of what your favor is? Am I entering some kind of quiz over here? You know, do I need to guess what you want? And then send me angry faces. I'm not angry, but I'm making this is really normal people behavior. He works in construction, and I'm not saying that but this person, you know, he treated me once he put me very in a bad position at one point. And like I said, I forgive everybody, so I still once in a while drink beer with him. But you know, I don't have any connection with him. I just, you know, he just passes by, we drink beer, nothing to worry about, no projects, discussion, nothing. Just a little bit, you know, I'm anyway doing this, and so that's the thing. But you know, if you ask for a favor, and I also mentioned this before, right? I mentioned this before, put something on the table, and you know, so for example, figure out how people can actually benefit from your, let's say, quote unquote misery, you know, why you need to help. So for example, I needed a few times Revolut cash outs. I asked people, what do you want as a fee? You know, just I'm offering them up front if they want it or not, but at least I offered it, and all of them, they said no, I don't need. But on the opposite, I stopped smoking a few weeks ago, and one guy, I know he comes from a good family, but he's the kind of guy, he asked me, yeah, send me one left on Revolut. Now think about this, rich people are chasing money, wealthy people are chasing value, and understand the value of actually communicating with other people. Rich people only go for the money, you know, they're always miserable, and they never have enough. That's about being rich. So also when you think about to get rich, say I want to be wealthy, I want to do whatever I want to do with my time, and I'm going to be stuck to my business. I'm not going to be stuck to my master who says come over here at 9 and leave at 5, and if I say that you have to stay longer, you cannot go, and otherwise I will fire you, you lazy ass. And that's something that you don't want, and that's why you have to watch my vlogs, because I'm going to explain a lot of stuff so you don't have to do that. And I'm going to run over the street, and then I'm going to relax.